Hey everyone, VH here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is on retro gaming. It is considered by the community and definitely by myself to be the best treasure series in the game. We're going to be talking about what the different boosts it give, what all the treasures do, and basically why it's considered to be the best, as well as the main alternative and what's up next in the cycle. If you find yourself liking today's video, please subscribe. It'd mean a lot. Check out all my other bits. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, retro gaming, its game mode or series boost is Void Campaign. This is, I think, the best game mode series boost. The reason for that is that it's going to serve you the longest into your account and it gives you the most progress on your account. It's also the way that other players will compare their progress to yours and to others, is how far you are in Void Campaign. So, therefore, yeah, that's why I consider it to be the best series boost. And the stat boost that you get from accumulating treasures, all damage dealt and holy damage. All damage dealt is the best stat boost to have in the game. So we've got the best game mode boost and we've got the best series boost. Even if then this series had bad treasures, you'd still look at it and probably support it just to get the all damage dealt boost. But wait, there's more. It's got fantastic treasures as well. 2 perfect pinks, some good oranges, solid reds, perfect greens, and okay purples. So, in the world today, as of tomorrow, it's going to be on an up. What that means is you get boosted odds. You actually get 23.5 times more likely odds of pulling a retro gaming treasure than you do the other treasure series. Bear in mind what I've just said is the best one. This is the perfect time to go for it. So, 23.5 times more likely. When you pull a treasure, just in case you didn't know, when you pull a treasure ticket, you either get 1 shard, 2 shards, 3 shards, or a full treasure. But there is equal odds of getting those things. So next time you pull yourself a 1 shard pink treasure, take solace in the fact that you stood an equal chance of getting a full treasure. So let's get into the treasures themselves. So we're going to go here, go to the treasure train, and we're going to take a look at the brand new UI. Hasn't taken them long at all. Let's go on retro gaming and the treasures themselves. So, what we've just said before about the stat boost, all damage dealt being the best in the game, well, this pink treasure gives you all damage dealt 5%, and when you max it out, 25%. Perfect. Next up, we've got the Alien Land Arcade, and it gives maim, where you do more damage the less health the enemy has. Again, superb. Then we've got the orange treasures, control immunity, speed, and then fixed stats. They're not the most overwhelming orange treasures, but they're still absolutely fine. Control immunity going up to 20%, absolutely fine. And then speed going up to 150. There's other treasures that have higher speeds than that. And Void Campaign, it matters less because your chances of outspeeding anything past like Chapter 4 are pretty low. But listen, speed. In terms of red treasures, there's one really good one, and that's the damage reduction. 3% up to 15%. And then we've got an attack and HP. They used to be better back in the day. Now they're obviously not. And then 2 flat fixed stats ones. And then here's where it really shines as well, is the greens. You've got damage reduction, block, precision, skill damage, nothing. So when you do a treasure series and you're pulling all the treasures, we've already discussed that you've got basically twice as likely odds of pulling a green treasure. But there's 5 green treasures and 4 of them are really nice. Damage reduction, exactly the same as the red treasure, goes up to 15%. The block goes up to 40%. Precision goes up to 40%. Skill damage goes up to 50%. Nice. Purple treasures, there's only one that isn't fixed stats, but it's armor. Starts off at 5 and goes up to 25%. So yeah, quick overview of that is right here. These are the treasures that we really want to be aiming for. Obviously, if you're just pulling treasure tickets, you can't pick which ones you're going for. But more so for like the red or the green or the purple chests, if you're trying to just finish up the treasure series to get more boosts, these are the ones that you'd go for. And you could also obviously do the pink and the oranges as well. I would surmise that you'd probably want to go for the CC immunity more. And then obviously all damage dealt more in the pinks, but the rest is obviously up to you. So that's retro gaming. That's what I and the community tend to consider to be the best. There is an alternative. There's only one alternative, and that's Alien Desert. There is still some people that maintain this is better. If you're one of those people, let me know why you think that. I can't figure it out, and that's fine to have different opinions, but to me, I don't really grasp it. For a start, the stat boost is attack and HP, which is just stinky. The pink treasures speed and damage reduction by attack. Okay. Then we get the orange treasures. The orange treasures are better, right? We've got control immunity and damage reduction up to 20%. And then we've got crit. Some people like crit. Some people think it messes them up with balance strike. Is up to you. But yeah, overall, you've got 3 really solid orange treasures. In the red treasures, we've got attack and HP. We also have precision and we have blocks. We've got 2 good red treasures in this series. And then in the greens, we've got holy damage, armor, and armor break. 3 really nice green treasures. And then in purple, skill damage, which goes up to 126%. So, like we've done with retro gaming, this is what we're going to look at here. So these are like the best ones. I mean, this is where it's very dependent on what you prefer. So, for instance, the pink treasures, again, you might turn around and say, well, speed's irrelevant. Fine, it may well be. So go by damage reduction by attack. That's absolutely fine. In the orange treasures, I went for damage reduction. There is also control immunity. I suppose it depends. I'm one of those people that feel like if you're going all in on a treasure series, then the control immunity is better. If we're talking about it being 1 star, I'd rather have like 4% damage reduction than I would 4% control immunity, because I feel like it makes a bigger difference. It doesn't really matter. And crit starts at 5. And then in the red treasures, yeah, but it depends really. Block or precision. Green treasures, holy damage, armor break, and then yeah, the skill damage. So it is a nice series. I don't see how it's better than retro gaming. I feel like you should pump all your tickets into retro gaming, and this maybe is the series that you pick and choose what treasures you want by using the treasure chests, because you're not too worried about the series stat boost, but some of the individual treasures themselves are actually nice. Bearing in mind we've got retro gaming, what's up next is hero merch. I don't think this should come into your thought process too much, but it's something that I thought I should mention. So hero merch is Tower of the Brave. It gives you speed, which is really solid for Sealand especially, and Aspen, and control immunity. The treasures themselves are okay to really good. So we've got damage reduction by attack. We've got the all damage dealt. Perfect. Crit damage reduction, crit damage, and flat stats in the oranges. Attack, HP, block, and nothing else in the reds. And then armor break, damage reduction, precision, skill damage in the greens. So 4 really solid greens. And then nothing in the purples. So this is what's coming up next. The issue, if you go all out in retro gaming, I'll show you here. Not that. When you do treasure tickets, it depends how many you've got as to whether or not this is relevant. It caps out at 150, and then you get to pick yourself a pink, an orange, a red, a green, and a purple treasure. But you can only do this once. So if you sit there and you've got 300 tickets, it's whether or not you want to pump 300 tickets into retro gaming, but only get this once, or whether you want to split it and do 150 in this once, and then in 2 weeks' time, when hero merch drops, you do another 150. So even though you're probably getting slightly worse treasures, you're getting more guaranteeds. Very dependent. I personally, as you can see from the amount of treasure tickets I've got, I'm going all in on retro gaming. So if you want to see that and you're watching this on the Thursday or the Friday, come and watch me stream 7 o'clock UK time. We're going to be doing, it depends how many treasures we end up getting. If we really high roll on the pinks and the oranges, mainly the pinks, then I might leave it. If we get stinky luck, we're just going to push it further until we get better luck. We're going to force our way to it. But look, that's just it. I didn't know because of the, if you're watching this on the Thursday or Friday, I didn't know because of the new Treasure Series release last week, if we were going to get retro gaming this week or next week. So I've done my event preview today. I didn't include the snacks. I wasn't sure. I didn't realize that the up on Apex mounts was in the special search. So yeah, in the normal search, it will be retro gaming. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and listening. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you stay safe. VH out.